children, come on down. Come on down. Got something with me this morning. Anybody know who's in this bag? Clifford? Yep. Well, let's see. Hi. Hi, guys. What y'all doing? Well, he's a small Clifford. He's a small Clifford. Hi. What are your name? Uh-huh. A wish splashed him? Oh, man. It's going to make him deer stand up tall. Well, Clifford's here to tell you something. Huh? He is? Okay. Well, now, you know, we've got a banquet coming up, and it's coming up real soon. It's going to have spaghetti with meat sauce and all kinds of good stuff. It's going to be a great banquet. You see it on the screen up there, the announcements that's up there. Maybe they'll put it up right now so you can see it again. But the banquet's coming up, and it's going to be a great time, but people need to get their tickets so we can come. And Clifford's going to be giving away. Yeah, he's going to go home with one of you boys or girls. And we'll just have to see who gets him. Okay? And he's got a buddy, too. His ladybug friend is not here today, but she's going to be here, too, and she's going to be giving away, too. There might be other buddies of Clifford, too, that come. So I want to show you something that Clifford brought with him this morning. Okay? You ready? Okay, let's see what Clifford brought with him. He brought candy. Somehow you always think of that candy, Clifford. Yeah, here it is. It go. Where did it go? Oh, goodness, it's all wrapped up. Anybody know what this is? What is this thing? Huh? It's a White House? Oh, it doesn't look white. It looks gold and green. It's a greenhouse. It's a greenhouse. That's where they grow plants. What do you think this is? Anybody know what this is? A greenhouse. No, it's not. It's a lighthouse. It's a lighthouse. And you know how I can tell it's a lighthouse? It's because it's got a light. It lights up. And do you know what a lighthouse is for? A lighthouse is on the shore to direct the ship so they won't crash on the rocks. You got it right there, Clint. That's exactly what it's for. See the shore, how rough the water is? And when the captain comes in, I want you... Huh? No, you don't want them to bang in there. It'll hurt them. Now, I have to be real careful with this or I'll get in big trouble if I break this. But this is a lighthouse. And we've got several of these lighthouses. And they're expensive and they're put up fancy. And got a light shining on them so that people, when they come into the house, can see them. And lighthouses are very important. Some people really get into lighthouses. And I like lighthouses because it reminds me of Jesus. How does this remind us of Jesus? It has a light, yes. Now, back in many years ago, ships, when they would go out to sea, they would go and they would use their stars. They'd look at the stars and they would get from one city to the next city. But then when they would come in close to the shore, they had a problem. They could see the city over there, but they didn't know how close to get. Because, see, the rocks were all around there. As you can see in the picture, see all the rocks? The rocks are underneath there. And if the ship got too close to the rocks, what did it do? It crashed it. Yes. And so, Jesus is like a lighthouse. And Jesus is there. We can see by all the things that He's given us during the daytime. We can see as we go around. We can see at night. And when we're laying in our bedroom and we're fixing to go to night, and it's dark in our room, how do we know that we're safe? Because of Jesus. We can always know that Jesus is right there for us. He protects the boys and girls. And He protects the adults that give their lives to Him too. But Jesus is a lighthouse. And there's a scripture that we can put up right here. And it talks about Jesus as a lighthouse. Over in what? Is that Isaiah? Is that the scripture you got there? You don't, yeah. Remember the former things long ago, and it says, I am God and there's no one like me. Isn't there a lighthouse scripture there too that it talks about? I guess not. But it says, Jesus says, I am the light of the world, and no one, and He is the one that protects us. If we give our life to Him, He becomes our lighthouse. And when the ships would get close to shore, they would know where the rocks were. So they built a lighthouse where the ships would come in, and then at night the light would take and flash. And when the ship would come in, the lights would flash. And today, the same thing is done with airplanes. When airplanes are coming into the airport, the runway turns on their lights so that the airplanes can see exactly where they're high, but they got to come down and land. And so there's lights that are put down. And they have to roll to where you can get off the airplane. That's right. And it's necessary to have a lighthouse. And we see the lighthouse. If you go to the airport, you'll see a light. And there's a light always on at the airport. And I used to be overseas out on the Aleutian Islands near Russia. And out in there, it was so dark and so cold, about 0 degrees temperature, and the winds were 100 miles an hour. And when the airplanes would come in, we would turn the lights on the runways, and they would come down low and lower and lower and lower until they could see the light, and then they'd know to set their wheels on the ground. Yeah. If they didn't, they crashed. Now, the lighthouse is an important thing to ship captains, but Jesus is our lighthouse. When we give our lives to Jesus, He becomes our lighthouse, and He's always there to guide us and direct us so that we're never alone, always with us. Well, thank y'all for letting me show you my lighthouse today. And I think lighthouses are good to collect. You might get a lighthouse in your life and want to collect it too and keep it so that it can remind you that Jesus is the lighthouse for Christians. Well, thank y'all for being here this morning. We're going to have children's church this morning. You know that? We're going to go back and have a good time. How many of y'all ready to go to children's church? You ready? All right. Yep. I think they have food. All right. Thank you. You can go on to children's church at this time. Thank you.